Hello and welcome to the DIY McLeod channel. Thanks for checking out the video. In this video I'm going to be doing a little review and demo of some of the shop vacuums I own, including the Dewalt DXV10P, the Ryobi One P770, the standard BucketHead, and then also my rigid WD16 I'll start with a noise test. The Dewalt hit about 78 to 80 decibels there without a muffler. Now with the muffler it will cut it about 3 decibels. Next we'll go to my new Ryobi One P770. We'll move on to the standard BucketHead. And lastly, my oldest vacuum, my rigid. Finally, my rigid with the muffler attached, which did drop the rigid about 3 decibels as well. For the sound test, the Dewalt was clearly the quietest. With the suction test, I was putting down 1/4-inch nuts and seeing how far my nozzle had to be away before they began to move. In this test, we see the Dewalt can be about a 1/2 inch away from the nuts, maybe even a little further, maybe 3/4 of an inch away before the nuts begin to pick up. For the Dewalt and the Ryobi, I also included a sawdust test as well. The Dewalt eats through the sawdust with no problem whatsoever. And next the Ryobi will do the nut challenge as well. What I can tell is the Ryobi needs to be a little closer. However, the Ryobi is battery powered with the 18-volt battery pack, and it's so convenient I have no problem with that. It is also louder than the Dewalt. As far as suction, the Ryobi had an unfair test with more than just sawdust. It also included debris and other stringy materials, but the Ryobi seemed to eat through that just fine as well. And the Ryobi is actually an outstanding vacuum. I am learning as I begin to use it more and more. I have one vacuum usually attached to my CNC, and so I wanted a secondary vacuum I could move around easily. That used to be my BucketHead. And as we can see with the BucketHead, you have to get really close to those nuts to be able to get them to move. But the suction in the BucketHead was never the problem for me. As a matter of fact, I think it's very similar to the new Ryobi I have. The problem was the cord. I kept getting it disconnected. So to be able to move around my area using a battery powered vacuum that is effective was really helpful. As for the rigid, this was my CNC vacuum and one that did work for me a long time, and I would not critique as far as suction ability. My only complaint with the rigid was the fact that it was loud. And so I went to this Dewalt thinking it was going to be quiet, and it is quieter, but that does not make it quiet, and it was labeled a quiet vacuum. So that is where I take issue with my new Dewalt. As a matter of fact, I've already ordered a fine turbo one that I'll be getting in a few days, and I will be hooking that up to my CNC through my dust collection there. I plan to do a full review of that as well, so if it's something you're interested in, be sure to check it out. As far as the Dewalt goes, it's not bad, and if I was looking for medium noise reduction, I'd probably be okay with it, but I am actually looking for more than that. The Ryobi, on the other hand, is amazing for what I want it to do. I already bought into the Ryobi tool system as far as the 18-volt system. I have so many of their tools already that switching to this as my portable shop vac was without a doubt an easy decision. It is handy, it is powerful, and it is a great decision for anybody who already owns the Ryobi One tools. The one thing I will say is emptying out the compartment is a little odd when you're used to kind of a bucket system, but in general, very happy with it. If this video was helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. If you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe.